Hello, lovely souls. My name is Jackie, and welcome to the Raven Rabbit Wellness Studio podcast. I'm an enrolled member of the Washoe Tribe of California, Nevada. I have always been deeply connected to the unseen spiritual world since I was a child. I wouldn't say that my spiritual awakening can be pinpointed to one specific date, time, or event, but rather it was a natural unfolding over my lifetime. And I want to share that journey with you to let you know that your spiritual awakening is divinely guided. If you want help with self-worth and self-doubt, then this is the place for you. I took baby steps to change my life and heal from anxiety, depression, and self-doubt. Ultimately, I built Raven Rabbit in my quest to help others like you do the same. I am a metaphysical minister, energy healer, and intuitive coach. In this podcast, I draw on metaphysical principles, I read energy, and I intuitively guide our conversation with the holistic, indigenous, spiritual approach to life, healing, and happiness. Stick around to explore the unseen, navigate metaphysics to live your life to the fullest, be the happiest version of yourself, and to deeply heal from what holds you back. Hello, my beautiful souls. I'm glad to be here with you today. I have the wildest story to share. And being in the thick of this podcast, finally at episode 17, I'm really getting some direction here. This is definitely a launching point and something I want to share, and will really get us into deeper conversations as we go, like I dreamt this podcast to be. So this incident happened to me last Wednesday, March 6th. I had emergency brain tumor surgery. Nothing planned, totally unexpected. I've been working diligently on my business, my career with education, and I was plugging along. And then this happened, which is really pushing me in my spiritual journey here. So this episode today is going to be really basic. It's still spiritual. Because this is a launching pad, we got to know what happened first before we analyze why or how and what's next. So this is episode 17. I had emergency brain surgery, and I'm so happy we're here and I get to share this almost a week later. It's Tuesday now. It's been 6 days since surgery, and I'm home. I came home Sunday night from UCLA, and I've been slowly recovering, thankfully, with my partner and my family and the baby being taken care of, which has been so good. And yeah, we're just post-op stuff here. Like, the surgery was successful. I know everything. I really feel like I'm truly like in surgery recovery right now. Like, I hurt, it's sore, and I have obvious pain. But beyond that, like, we're here and alive. So, when I started my podcast, I started last fall. I was really excited to do this. I wanted to share all my thoughts and insights in a different platform. I'm not a huge listener myself, but I started turning into that. I was more of a reader, and I do like reading, but this is fun. I had little things up here and there for podcasting. January, I had a plan. Like, I was going to hit it every week, and you could see I only did the one podcast about setting our intentions and alignments for the new year, which was not my plan. I only did January 9th, but that's because I started getting really unwell around that time. I had things written out. There are podcast script episodes and stuff. It wasn't getting done, which is very unlike me. So that was a sign already that I wasn't feeling very well. December, I closed my yoga studio in town because I'm pregnant. So this was an emergency brain tumor surgery while I was 22 weeks pregnant. And I am still pregnant, and the baby is healthy. And that was exciting too, because I had a lot of announcements on being pregnant and enjoying that. So that's another added layer into this. So now that I think back to January and February, it makes complete sense as to why these scripts were probably just written, never done and posted. I was not doing well. February, nothing was getting done. The bare minimum to get through the day was getting done. But I was chalking that up to prenatal issues. And that's where a lot of this was stemmed in. I thought I was being pregnant and hormonal and not handling pregnancy well at 34. But that was not the case at all. Definitely way more serious than that. So December, I closed the studio. I have never taken a break in my life, like professionally. I was like, I'm not going to run and do the next thing. I always run and do the next thing. What am I going to sign up for? What am I going to do? What do I enjoy? And there's nothing wrong with that. This was needed to be more intentional. I needed to say stop and focus. So I really listened to that. So my stop was I can work on things in the background. Like, yeah, let's write these podcasts. I can do the things I'm doing. I can still run my business. It's going. But I'm not going to run to jump to the next thing. The thing from going from a studio to not a studio was maybe I need to make an in-home service or get my virtual platform running so you can book with me. Those are sensible things, but no, they take time. And I'll get there. But I wanted to take a really good break until the spring equinox. That was my date I gave myself, March 18th, spring equinox. Let's work on this really intentionally in the background, make it what I want it to be, and then let it go live. And I just started sharing about what I was doing with that. I had posted about it. I am going to post a course. There is only one thing that did not get recorded for my course coming out in 2 weeks since being sick. And that's ready to go. It's just a meditation. We're good. The thickness of that is done. That's my vision. I'm a teacher already. Let's get some metaphysics teachings in there. So I will have courses coming. They're written. I'm working on them. And it goes along with everything. And into that more virtual platform. That's what I've been working on so diligently behind the scenes. Is my courses. So with that, I was taking my time. Because I had time to do it. And I wasn't going to push myself to get it done as fast as I could and get it going. I wanted it to be very intentional. So nothing was rushed. My course will be launched March 18th as I planned. I will record this meditation. I could really use it now this week. So that'll be perfect. And then it'll go live. And I really hope you sign up for this course. It is a metaphysics basics course. And man, that is needed, especially after what I just experienced. So besides what I was working about, saying my brain injury, took a break January. So January really put it up to some prenatal symptoms. I didn't want to eat certain things. I was tired. I was working out. I came home. I was like, let's walk, or I want to work out. And I was doing that. February came around and I got the cold that everybody got. That I thought I got the cold. I did. I was infected. I was contagious, I think. And that was February 10th. And coughing, nasal, dizzy. But I went on TikTok. A lot of people were dizzy with this past cold. It didn't seem abnormal to have a headache with this one. And I was prone to migraines from my family anyways. It's not very abnormal. I'm pregnant. A cold, a migraine might happen. Typically, in the past when I've had migraines, I take a nap. I don't feel great, but I feel better. And I get through it, and then a few days I feel better. This was unrelenting. I got sick. We went through the sickness. We went camping while sick because I went to the OBGYN and they were like, everything looks good. And I was like, I got to get better. We're going to camp. We're going to sit, be outside. That'll be so therapeutic. I won't think about what I need to do in the home. We went camping. We got there, man. We slept. It was hard. All the little basic things were the hardest thing in the world. And we went home we would do the whole trip. But man, it was exhausting. Nothing got done after that trip. It was hard to clean. The house wasn't getting picked up. I took the week off. I wasn't working out. I was just go to work, come home and take a break. I need to lay down. And that was really hard. So that was the week of the 17th in February. So we didn't do much after camping. And then that last week of February, that weekend I canceled some plans. I was supposed to go to Universal. I like playing with the kids, doing all the things. I told my partner, I was like, I need to stay home and I'm going to nap. I can't do it. I don't think it'll be good for me to drive to LA, and I don't write anything anyways being pregnant right now, but just the thought of walking around all day and my headache didn't align. I was like, I can't do that. I took Friday off, the 23rd, got acupuncture done. It was wonderful. Didn't do enough, obviously. I was asking for morning sickness. It was a relief. It helped. The pressure, when he put it in the top of my head, that was the worst one. He put the pressure point in the top of my head, and it just was, it felt like exploding. I felt like that's the very spiritual part where it was just coming out. I was like, man, that headache in my mind it just needs to come out, is what I thought. Sunday did not get better. Sunday got worse. I started wetting myself in the bed. I couldn't get up quick enough to go to the bathroom because it was hurting so bad. That at that point turned into stress by not being able to take care of my basic needs. So it turned into a stomach ache out of general. So my stomach started cramping with it. So at that point, Saturday night, I really thought I was probably going to miscarry. I don't know what a miscarriage feels like, but I was thinking, if a miscarriage feels bad, it would probably feel this bad. So I said, I'm going to sleep tonight, because I was like hyperventilating with pain, but there was no blood. It was just those surface tummy cramps. I've had stomach problems my whole life. First thing I do when I wake up in the morning, 6 o'clock, was we're going to get downstairs and go to the hospital. And that's what we did. I woke up and I said, I know that's all the energy I have for. To get in the car is going to take everything I've got. And it did. I got downstairs. I was moaning, groaning, tired. It was so hard to get in the car. We dropped the kids off with my parents. And we went to the emergency room, OBGYN, because you check in there. They get you because of the baby. We went up there. She gave me a little bit of pain relief. After we talked for a while, I got some morphine. And that didn't cut it. I said that took away the stomach cramps from the stress of what's wrong. Because I'm not bleeding. Now everything's good. So it was more of just that surface level, my calmness, like I could touch my stomach. And so at 1:30 p.m. they put me back in the ER to try to figure out what was wrong. And the doctor came to me and he said, this is not typical, but we want to do an MRI and a CAT scan. And you're pregnant, but you need to agree to that. And I said, at this point, I don't have another choice. Like, you can't just give me some medicine and I go home. This is so bad. We have to look. So we looked. And sure enough, from those, we found the tumor. I cannot say it. I have it saved. But it was a stage 1 hemangioblastoma tumor somewhere. And that's why I was in so much pain. It was in the back of my left head, towards the base of the head and the spine. And it was a cyst growing around it that was pushing my whole brain. So the cyst was the size of a ping pong ball. The tumor itself, they didn't know yet because they didn't have a good picture, but we're suspected to be smaller. We know now was the size of like a marble or something. But it was in there. So once they found out at 1:30 I had a headache. Well, we did the test at 1:30. 4:30 they told me what the diagnosis was, what they had found. And then that doctor told me, we're going to start asking for you to get referred out because this needs to be taken care of immediately. We slept in an ER room overnight. My partner slept on the floor, fortunately. So it was a rough night. I was still in a lot of pain. They gave me what they could, considering the pregnancy. The pain was enough to like kind of sleep. Everything still really hurt though. Once my mom got down there Monday morning, my partner and her started advocating for me to be put somewhere else. There was no beds for me in that hospital chain. And they're like, we'll go to a UC. Like, we got to do something. And within not long, that morning, I got called by the neurosurgeon at UCLA wanting to talk to me. And we accepted that. That was perfect. It was absolutely wonderful. So at 11:30 Monday morning, we knew we were going to UCLA. They finally picked me up at 4 something, and we got to UCLA before 7 p.m. And then I got to meet the doctor. I wasn't allowed to eat that day. They were like, we're not going to let you eat. We're going to try to get the team together. This could happen Monday night. And I said, okay. So they took me Monday night. The neurosurgeon talked to me. He was trying to get his things together. Eventually they did not. He came back and there was a team member missing. And he said, maybe tomorrow. We'll see. So that would have been Tuesday. And then at that night, so at 3 a.m. Monday night, that'd be Tuesday morning, they came to get a better MRI. They wanted their imaging things. So we did that. So he can get a really clear picture. We woke up there Tuesday, and then he had a really good plan Tuesday. He knew now it was scheduled. I was going to have it Wednesday morning for sure. They let me eat finally. I was so hungry. With the headache, that's not fun. And then they had everything all ready to go. It was just, Tuesday was a waiting situation. The pain was still there. There wasn't much I could do. The biggest part of this headache was the vertigo. It was really bad. Wednesday morning, we woke up. I was in pre-op by 8:30. They were getting me all ready to go. At that point, I was in so much pain and the stress, like a day of thinking, oh my God, I have surgery tomorrow. I just tried not to think about it. It was very scary and tiring. So I just try to be as normal as possible. I try to breathe. We did it. I went into surgery at 11, like they said. The surgery took a very long time, longer than expected. It was a long 5-hour surgery, followed by a 2-hour close-up. That took a long time. So I was in there for 7 hours while my family waited. I also then went into the post-op room for like 5 or 6 hours. So I didn't get back to my room till that evening. So I was gone all day. And it took a long time to wake up from the surgery and be coherent and with it. I was. It just took a while. And I could even tell too, thinking back, like they were asking me stuff, I was saying things, and then they were telling me I had the wrong answer, and I was getting mad because in my head, I had the right answer. Probably what was coming out was the wrong answer. So when I got back to my room, that was good. I knew who I was, knew where I was. Everything remained the same for me, which was, I was worried about that. You never know. You could touch one little thing and it's all different. So I was in there. That night was really bad. I heard a lot. I was very dizzy. The nurse that took me, I think, I just came out of pre-op like it wasn't the norm. I was in pre-op, like, our post-op all night. Like, I got told, we're just told to manage your pain till the doctors come back tomorrow. So that wasn't very fun. Wednesday night was really bad. That was probably my worst night. I moaned and groaned and cried a lot. And very motion sickness. Because I didn't have what to articulate that. Like, they let the bed move so you don't like get bed sores, and that was not good for me. I really felt very sick with the inflatable beds moving. Thursday morning when the nurse came, I finally felt better. She realized how much pain I was in and all of the things that had just happened. And Thursday morning, finally started getting some relief. And then I got to eat, and they stopped moving my bed so much. And it was just a bad post-op day. It was regular. Thursday, they made me, I had the catheter in. I didn't want to do much yet. I was like, not ready at all. Friday was much better. I might have gotten up Thursday. I don't remember. Friday, I know for sure I got up. Friday was a very normal post-op day from surgery. I walked on Friday, which was hopeful. And then Saturday was another normal post-op day. They made me do all kinds of things. Wednesday's the day I lost. Wednesday I had surgery. Thursday, I don't remember much. It hurt so bad. Friday and Saturday were much more normal after the surgery, of being more coherent and more with it. Being able to eat again, because that was hard too. The hard thing about eating too, with the headache and stuff, I was chalking it up to prenatal cravings and dislikes. Oh, I don't want that. There was a lot of things I did not want in February. I thought I was having food aversions. My jaw hurts right now. So a lot of that, I think, comes from the jaw issues I was facing, because now it's really hard to chew and all of that. So just working on that and being aware of that. I don't think it was the food aversions with pregnancy so much, more rather than a headache tumor symptom. So being able to eat some food again, like normal, and not wanting just smoothies, was an adjustment Friday and Saturday too. Sunday they knew I was doing better. I agreed I wanted to go home. We knew I was going to go home Sunday. I wasn't sure when. My mom was hoping earlier. I was fine with whatever. We did get home 9 p.m. here Sunday night, because I got discharged at 7 p.m. really late, because we had so many things to do and wait for. And the ride wasn't too bad. It was hard, but we did it. And then I got upstairs into my bed, and that was hard, but we did it. And Monday I woke up here, and I didn't really sleep Monday. Sunday night coming home, my mom was like, "You're going to be relieved. You're going to go home." And I had a hard time. I had a lot of fear of oh, I'm going to lull or something and it'll get really bad again. I have not done that. I thought I'll get home and I'll dip a little and then go back up. There's been no dip. I've just been the same pain and then improving every day a little bit, which is good, because the tumor that they took out is out, so it's helpful. I've just been in pain for so long now at this point. Even being home and in bed has not been a relief, which is usually I go to bed and I go to sleep and I'm all good. But that hasn't been the case this month. Last night was the first night I think I actually slept. I went to bed at 9 p.m., turned the light, the TV was out, and I slept till my next medication time, and it felt like real sleep for a change. So that was my crazy tumor surgery week. None of us were expecting. And that is what happened. And now, everything I think about now, it all lines up, where it all goes together. My incident that happened to me is deeply connected to my spiritual path. I'm very positive and optimistic even after all of this. I feel like it's something that needed to happen in its own way. It's a very different standing point right now where I'm at, because I am so deep in my spiritual healing journey. It's a life. It's not even my spiritual journey. It's all together. This is not a launching pad that pushes me into a catapulted direction. It's keeping me in my direction. There's several connections I've already made going through this with my family as it was happening. And I was telling them that this is what I think it is. This is my experience. Because it's definitely more out there and spiritual. All of those things I've been experiencing through this week, I'm going to share. I already wrote some down. And I'm going to develop them and meditate on them and share them. So my recovery for now is reset. Like I said, I never really took a break. I got my doctorates at 30 years old. So I've never stopped. And so this month, when I finally decided to stop in December, this happened. So I don't even really want to count this period of being sick as like a stop. This still was not a break now at this point. So I really do need to work on a reset. I want to meditate. I'm working on opening up more and being more authentically me. I'm going to be learning through sharing all of those life experiences as we go through this all. Because there's a lot of little things on the side to dissect with what happened to me in my brain surgery, leading up to it and after. So thank you for being here at my podcast. If you made it to episode 17, thank you. We've got a big shift now here. Sort of yes and no. The shift is I'm going to be more me now. I was very reserved, very scared. I'm not a podcaster. I didn't do, I think of radio experts in journalism when I was in school, those majors. I didn't do that. This is just me being me, sharing my insights. My insights are what I am an expert on, the metaphysics. I've had schooling on the topics I'm talking about. It's just doing it myself is the hard part. I'm a teacher. I like to do things by the book. We teach people to do that. It's a good thing. So stay with me on this. I don't know. I was going to do 1 episode a week and all of that. I don't know what I'm going to do now. I'm home right now. I already got some stuff written out for you. There's a part 2 to this. This is what happened to me. Tomorrow I'll probably do what's the connection here spiritually with all of this. So if you haven't listened back, go ahead. It's all still the same. Definitely believe that stuff, and now we're going to go even deeper into that. So thank you for being you. Thank you for being here and listening to me, and I love you. Thank you for listening. Expand the life, healing, and happiness of others in your field by sharing this episode. You can get more of my content and other helpful tips by following Raven Rabbit LLC on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Be sure to comment on Spotify and answer the episode's question so I can keep creating content you love and desire. Thank you so much.